Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at BellyUpSports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
The Europa Conference League. We have the final. The final actually happened this past it happened on Wednesday. But Olympiacos beat Fiorentina 1-0. Fiorentina had 54% of the possession. Fiorentina outshot Olympiacos 17-6, but shots were even. Shots on goal were even 4-4. This game was very exciting. I know. Okay, it's exciting for me. Obviously, I enjoy defensive football. I've said this plenty of times on this podcast that I actually do enjoy defensive football matches. I know that for the people that hate soccer because it's low scoring, it's so low scoring. You guys get excited for a 0-0 draw. I get that why you guys hate it. But the thing is when you're playing very well defensively throughout the match, and when you have that moment where you finally crack through that defense and put one in the back of the net, it is, to me, is the most satisfying thing ever. Because one, it just tells it your back line now felt like we were so good that we weren't, there was no bend and break on our side. But, there's a confidence into it. I understand. I mean, I played a lot of defensive positions, so that's the only reason why I end up taking more pride on defensive matches. But yeah, no, I enjoyed the match. And the winner was scored by Ayoub El-Kabi in the 160th minute because it went to extra time. So they were 4 minutes away. Fiorentina was 4 minutes away from going to penalties where it could have been anybody's game. And it's not, because Olympiacos has now become the first Greek team to win a European championship club. Your first Greek club team. Which, as I'm saying this now, what year am I? A Greek team has won a European competition.
1998, 1997, 98. Is that when it was? The Euros?
I think it was 2000.
Oh yeah, 2002.
No, 2002
No,
was
2000. It would have been 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greece won the World Cup. And that's
thanks Beckham, red card.
Greece won the Euro.
Yeah, but this is an interesting game. From top to bottom, where my favorite thing about these is always reading the team specific blogs that come out afterwards with conversation. So for Fiorentina, it is the Viola Nation, and its sub-headline says that just when you think the Viola have hurt you every way you can be hurt, they remind you that they can always find a new way. And I don't think I've read a better sub-headline in recent memory.
To be fair, they just came back to the final only to lose it again. Back-to-back UEFA Conference League finals.
Hey, the Bills did it 4 times in a row is all I'm saying.
Also, 3 straight times that a Serie A team has made it to the final as well. 1 and 2.
It was impressive. I mean, like, top to bottom, this was an impressive situation. Impressive atmosphere for the game. You mentioned a defensive game. I do also enjoy them. Probably more so because I was a keeper. So clean sheets are always my favorite thing in the world. Because that's what you're judged on as a keeper, is how many times did a ball get by you, and you have to dig it out of the back of the net, because less the better. And also, to your point, it's also one of the best atmospheres I've ever been in a long 0-0 game, 0-0, especially going into extra time. And then all of a sudden, that late in the second half of extra time, you get a goal. The atmosphere explodes. It's exciting. It's fun. But the pressure that comes from that as well, the next 4.5 minutes, was insane. Like, it was a fun game all around, from the fact that it was just from a neutral fan spectacle. I enjoyed every minute of it. I enjoyed all 121 minutes technically. But all of that plus extra time, it was fun to me. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I love hard stopping finishes. And last minute goals or last 5-minute goals in extra time are always a classic to me. It's even better when it's in the stoppage time section of it, but we all can't have those opportunities, but 116th minute, you can't beat that too often. And for Greece, for a Greek club team to have this type of a moment in today's day and age, where we just were talking about how some of the greatest clubs have the money to do whatever they want to, and then Olympiacos is over here like, hey guys, we want a European competition too, and not just a Super Cup over in whatever country we want to have this 4-team tournament in anymore. Like, they actually want a real club European Cup that Jose Mourinho has tattooed on his body. Like, good for them. It is exciting, but yeah, Fiorentina. I mean, can you make it 3 in a row at this point?
And you mentioned that. This is one of the reasons why I think that there's a benefit to the Europa Conference League.
Yeah,
because you're not going to get you're not going to see Olympiacos in the final. I mean, obviously back in the day, that's a whole different story. Yeah. But like, the Europa League, you're going to see at least the more bigger teams normally, as it trickles down to the semifinals, you'll start seeing more familiar names than you do when it started in the group stages. When you start in the group stages with the Europa Conference League, which I guess now that's not going to be a thing anymore. It's going to be just one giant table. But the names, I mean, I butchered every one of them because I can't pronounce them. So, like, that's what I liked about the Europa Conference League, because it made you study more of these teams and learn about these teams, learn about the cultures of those teams, different regions of Europe that you never knew had a league. And so I thought that it's really interesting. I know that we shit on it because, obviously Liverpool and Real Madrid, they're more known for Champions League success than these other two leagues that come also. I believe Klopp did win the Europa League though.
He did.
But it's just that.
Oh, no, they lost the Europa League.
Oh, okay. But the Europa Conference League, bro. That's the one thing I do like about that tournament is that it opens up an opportunity for these teams to feel this success. Like, even last year when West Ham won it, it was exciting to see the fans finally be able to feel what success feels like because of the Europa Conference League. And I know I'm talking about West Ham United, and obviously then we wouldn't have the great meme of Jose Mourinho having a third tattoo for some weird reason. But, and then also the fun fact that Jose Mourinho is the only manager to have won all 3 of these trophies, which I just like that it's a sick flex because it went literally in a downward spiral in some sense. But yeah, so this is one of the things that I do like about the Europa Conference League. For teams like Olympiacos, because this is their moment right there. We saw Greece just, fully in party mode because of representation for their country. And I think that's the great part. And now we're going to see Olympiacos in the Europa League. So there is that.
It's exciting from that standpoint. I want to go back to you mentioned giving teams a chance. There was a team from Kazakhstan in the group stages. Astana from Kazakhstan. How many people knew Kazakhstan had a professional league? Really, that's part of this. And seeing the opportunity, and then also, there's teams from leagues that shock me in a little bit. Club Brugge being in this competition and not in the Europa League, shocking. Aston Villa being in this and not in the Champions League or in the Europa League, also shocking. And to see that at the end of the day, it's a Greek team that finishes out on top of it. No better opportunity to kind of showcase what the point of this is. And to your point you made earlier, this is why they added this third, champions trophy, if you will. If they don't find something to replace it, it's going to be sad because this was, I think, a really good 3-year run of this.
Mm-hmm. So I can't wait to see it. Hopefully, Europa Conference League continues on because it is enjoyable. I wish I can cover it better, but like I said, I think keeping it where I just cover the semifinal and then from there on out is probably the best way to do it because I'm just not going to be able to cover it as well as I would want to cover it. So
not as easy watch of the matches. They're not at the same time as Champions League.
Exactly.
That's my only complaint. Give me Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 3 p.m. I'm good with that.